चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्यमीश्वरम्। नमो ॐ विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्णा चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तान् सञ्जीवयत किल शक्तिधरा स्वधाम्ना। अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्। कथाञ्चना स्मृते यस्मिन् दुष्करं सुकरं भवेत्, विस्मृते विपरीतं स्यात् श्रीचैतन्य नमामि तम्। हरे कृष्णा। How many of you are chanting every day Japa 16 rounds of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra on the beats? 3, 4, 5. How many of you are chanting 8 rounds? Yes. Anybody chanting 4? Anybody chanting 2 rounds every day? Okay, 4 is the kind of minimum, right? Why I'm saying, because accordingly, these techniques, there are powerful techniques which improve our meditation. But to present those techniques and to understand those techniques, one also has to be a practitioner. So therefore, I just wanted to know. So now there is an ancient method given in the 15th century by Srila Sanatana Goswami. And the techniques he shares for improving chanting, meditation. If you want the best results, follow these 6 rules. And even if you can't follow all the 6 rules, my experience is, even if you follow any one of the 6 rules, you will find immediate benefits and your meditation will go to the next level. And there are 6, and the 5th one is my favorite. It completely resonated with me the first time I heard it. Similarly, any one of the 6 may completely resonate with you. You may find it extremely practical. So listen with an open mind, and then we can have some discussions. So this is a verse from the Hari Bhakti Vilas. You can repeat this verse after me, then I'll explain. Manaha samskaranam shaucham,
Manah samskaranam shaucham,
Maunam mantrartha chintanam,
Maunam mantrartha chintanam,
Avyagratvam anirvedo,
Avyagratvam anirvedo,
Japah sampatti hetava.
Japah sampatti hetava.
Your japa, meditation, will become a great wealth for you. You will be a billionaire in terms of spiritual credits if your japa has these 6 rules. The first one is Manaha samskaranam, which means gently pulling the mind back. When we chant Hare Krishna, we are vibrating what? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. We keep moving the beats and we say Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. But that is what is happening at the sound level. What is happening in the mind? That's a different story. You could be chanting Hare Krishna, and you'll be mindfully thinking, when is breakfast? When is lunch? I have to go to work. Oh, yes, I have to reply that email. There is a different sound created by the mind. Mind is not here. Body is here, hand is here, finger is here, the mouth is here, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So Manaha Samskaranam means gently bring the mind back to listening to the holy name. In Japa meditation, we focus on the sound. Hare, Krishna and Ram, these three words, they clean the heart. But they clean the heart only if you are present, if you are mindful. But the mind... Anybody here whose mind wanders during chanting? Please raise your hand. Oh, all of you are like me, thank you. If you had told me your mind doesn't wander at all during chanting, I would have thought you are a spiritually perfect person, or you need to see a psychiatrist. Mind not wandering means there is something wrong with you. Mind is wandering, congratulations, normal. In fact, mind wandering is in fact healthy also, but that's a different subject matter. But not while chanting. Mind shouldn't wander, because then it's a complete, it's like you're playing cricket or you're playing some sports, you can't be spaced out. You have to be concentrated. So you can't allow the mind to wander. If the mind wanders, it's okay, gently come back. Manaha Samskaranam means bring the mind back to listening to the sound of the holy name. Mind wandering is not a disqualification, but when you realize your mind is wandering, what do? You say, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Then you have lost it. But if you remember, oh, my mind is wandering, oh, let me come back. The moment you come back, you won. You got a victory point. If it makes sense, what I'm saying? Yes. Do this and see the benefits you get from chanting. Pull the mind back, but not in an aggressive way. Anybody done dumbbells before in life? The dumbbells, you can't pick up the dumbbells and gently, right? You begin slow. So mind will wander, gently come back. You will feel a sense of victory. You will feel a sense of accomplishment which cannot be described in words. Because it's a big deal. 99.9% of the population, 99.9% of the time, don't even realize that their mind is wandering. But you are getting it back. So Manaha Samskaranam is an extremely powerful rule to follow. Manaha Samskaranam Shaucham. The second rule is
Clean.
Shaucham. Shaucham means cleanliness. Cleanliness here refers to two kinds of cleanliness. One is trying to take a bath every day, ideally twice a day, but at least once. Basically being fresh, wearing not necessarily new clothes, but fresh clothes, clean, basically staying clean externally and also internally. Which means, just like, we watch what we eat, some of us at least, we don't eat anything and everything. Similarly, you can't take anything and everything inside your ears and into your heart. Like gossip, politics, news. Who is winning the debate? Donald Trump or Kamala Bayan? Who is winning the debate? So, there may be a need for you to know that, but relishing these kind of topics which has no practical use for you, you are basically violating the principle of, you are allowing your mind to get contaminated by gossip, by which actor is going around with which actress, what's happening, the latest scandals. Shaucham, cleanliness is getting affected. And when your mind is unclean, the japa also gets affected. Manaha Samskaranam Shaucham. Second rule is clear? What is the first one? And what does it mean? Gently. I like you remembered that. Gently pulling the mind back to listening to the holy name. Okay. Second is cleanliness. Third is Manaha Samskaranam Shaucham Maunam. Maunam means?
Quiet.
Maunam actually means not speaking things which are not necessary. Doesn't mean silence. We are not Moni Babas. There are people who practice Maun Vrat, but they want to instruct their disciple for something, they write it on a board and they say, get me juice. That's not actually following Maun Vrat. They're communicating, right? They're using a board. See, their mouth may be shut, but they are writing it down. So Maunam actually means not speaking unnecessary things. In other words, it means integrity of speech. Don't say things that you don't mean. Don't say things that are not useful. Don't say things that are harmful for you or for others. So many times I don't know if you have experienced, I got exhausted when I talk. I get sometimes I have 3 lectures a day or 4 lectures a day, and then I talk to people. I invest my energy, my emotions, and the next day I can't chant. I'm like, Hare Krishna. It takes a toll. So don't talk unnecessarily. And I'll tell you, your relationships will also improve. I've seen in relationships, in conversations, when I listen more, I conserve energy and I learn more. Listening is a great skill. All of you follow Hindi? Hindi mein there is a saying, the tongue, मुंह में जबान सब रखते हैं, मुंह में जबान सब रखते हैं, पर कमाल वो करते हैं जो उसे संभाल के रखते हैं. Keep it careful. Don't just gibberish all day. So that is, Maunam is actually very, very important. So that is the third rule. The fourth one is little subtle. Manaha samskaranam shaucham maunam mantrartha chintanam. Meditate on the meaning of the holy name. So when I'm chanting like this externally, Hare Krishna, my tongue is saying Hare Krishna, but my mind is meditating on the meaning, which means here the meaning of the mantra is, anybody knows the meaning of the Hare Krishna mantra? Anybody knows the meaning or the translation of the Hare Krishna mantra? The meaning is, yes, you want to say something? Yes. My dear Krishna, my dear Mother Hara. Hara in the vocative sense becomes Hare. It is the name of Srimati Radharani. So we are saying, Krishna, O Universal Mother Radharani, please engage me in your service. So when I am chanting, if I am meditating like this, Krishna, please let me serve you. Krishna, please let me become sincere. Krishna, please let me give love to everyone. Krishna, please solve this problem. See, I know, solving or asking for relief from our problems is not pure bhakti, but still somehow connect to the meaning somewhere. Krishna, I want to serve you. Krishna, I really want to become pure. All that. So when we are meditating on the meaning, then our chanting will give us benefits. Otherwise, our mind, you can't stop the mind from talking. You choose. So Mantrartha Chintanam is a great tool to keep the mind focused on the holy name, because the meaning is what makes chanting more effective. Otherwise, our chanting is simply ritual. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. It's not going to give benefit. There has to be emotions or energy invested to get maximum benefit. There is a story of one man who got lost in a forest, and he was desperate to get out. He met a sadhu who had a horse, magic horse. And the sadhu said, this horse will help you get out of the forest. But the horse, you have to chant a mantra. Only then this mantra, when the horse hears, the horse will run. You should say, thank God, the horse will take you out of the forest. But if you want the horse to stop, you should say, please save me, then the horse will stop. But this man was so desperate to get out of the forest, he didn't hear the second mantra. He just heard the first one. What is the first one? Thank God. What will happen if you say thank God?
Take you out of forest.
The horse will run. So he sat on the horse and said, thank God. The horse ran. And he was happy that he's going to get out of the forest soon. And the sadhu said, remember the second mantra. He didn't care. He wanted to get out of the forest. Soon he was out of the forest and he wanted to get out of the horse. But the horse didn't stop because he only said,
Thank God.
the more he said, thank God, the horse ran faster. Then he said, thank God, thank God, thank God. He kept chanting, thank God, 16 rounds of thank God. Horse was running faster. The horse wouldn't stop. And then the horse ran up a mountain. And he realized it was going to be disastrous. He said, thank God. The horse ran faster. And it came on the edge, just on the edge of the mountain top. And just at the last minute, he suddenly remembered what that sadhu had said. He said, please save me. The horse stopped. Just on the edge. He was so relieved. He said, thank God. This is the result of mechanical chanting. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. कुछ मालूम नहीं क्या कर रहे हैं, कहाँ कूद रहे हैं, क्या हो रहा है. So, I don't know why I said this story. But yeah, mantrartha chintanam, knowing the meaning is very powerful. Because meaning helps us connect our emotions to chanting. And let us admit, all of us are emotional beings. You may say, oh, I'm a human being, I'm a rational. Humans are rational beings. I've heard this many times. We are rational beings. That's all hogwash. We are emotional beings. Rationality is a tip of the iceberg. It's 1% of who you are. 99% of you is
Emotional.
emotions. And even that 1% rationality that you have, you use it to justify your emotions only. Ultimately, I've seen the most stoic of the monks and the men who are always go-getters, taskmasters, and you rub the wrong nerve somewhere. So everybody is emotional. So why not purify those emotions by connecting to the meaning of the mantra and then adding your emotions there? Then chanting becomes a beautiful experience. Okay, how many we have discussed? Out of 6? 4. And the 5th one is my favorite, but before I go to that, let us just summarize the 4. What is the first one? Gently bringing the mind back, listening to the holy name. Second? Cleanliness, which refers to both external and internal cleanliness. Third? Integrity of speech. Not speaking faltu, useless things. And fourth? Meditate on the meaning of the holy name. The 5th one? Manah samskaranam shaucham maunam mantrartha chintanam avyagratva. When I first heard the meaning of this word, avyagratva, it was like mass the following. My heart was hankering to hear this. Avyagratva means not hurrying or desperate to finish the chant. This is very subtle and very powerful. I'll tell you what happens to many of us when we start chanting and we have a quota. I want to chant every day 10 rounds or 4 rounds. We just look to finish it. Khatam kar do. And some of us look at this is counter beat, you know that, right? And this is the main Japa beats. A time comes in our Japa meditation practice where we are less interested in these beats and we become more interested in these beats. Khatam karna hai, khatam. So avyagratva means right now I am with Krishna and I am not in a hurry to finish this. It will get over one time, but I want to be with Krishna, no hurry. Patience, basically. Just imagine somebody claims to love you very much. And he's like, I really love you, just give me some time, I want to talk to you, I really love you. And you are like, okay, he just wants to talk, he wants some time, okay. What is it? Oh, thank you so much for giving me time. And this person keeps looking at the watch while talking to you. Or he is in a desperate hurry to get out of the room. You will say, what the hell? You are the one who wanted to talk to me. You are the one who claimed you love me. You are the one who wanted to spend time with me, and now I am giving you time and you are like, you want to get out of the room? Wait, I'll go before you go. That's what you would say, right? Similarly, we are telling Krishna, Krishna, I want to chant the holy name. Krishna, please come on my tongue. Krishna, please appear. And Krishna comes, yes, I am here. And then we are like, khatam karna. Krishna says, bye bye, I am going before you. You want to finish, before you finish your rounds, I am gone. Avyagratva, Trust me when I say this, it changed my life. Because, I've been a monk for 25 years now. At some point of time when I joined the monastery, we are busy with services. We are morning, we get up at 3:34 until night 10 o'clock, we are packed. And sometimes these things become rituals. Ek khatam karna hai. And we don't have holiday also, 7 days a week. So I remember at one point of time I felt my spiritual practices were very dry. I was feeling, what am I doing? I didn't join the monastery for this. I joined to love Lord. What happened? Where did I go wrong? And then I heard this Avyagratva, bang, it was like, it changed my life. I became more conscious, more present, more mindful and patient. Would you be in a hurry to, if you got an appointment with the person you are most attracted to, would you be in a hurry to leave that appointment? In one class, I take a weekly class in Mumbai. One girl, one parent, they have a teenage daughter, 12 or 13-year-old. She was very respectful to me, very courteous, but she would not come for the class. Naturally, young girl, she has her own distractions. Why should she attend a philosophy, spiritual class? So I was okay with that. But one day I was surprised. She and one of her friends, they were in the front row. They were very attentively hearing the class. I was like surprised. What's wrong today? And her parents would always tell her, should come for the weekly class. But she would never come, and I was okay with that. But on this particular day, she's sitting right. Whole class she's hearing attentively. I was like, what's wrong with her? I knew something is interesting. So after the class, during dinner, we were all meeting everyone. I met her. I said, we're very excited. And before I actually met her, she came to me. She said, Prabhuji, I want to share something very, very interesting. And she had her friend also with her. So there was some contest. Some, all these contests that come in media, some contest. And the first prize she won. And the first prize was that you have a dinner date. You can take one more person with you. Two of you get a dinner date with Ranbir Kapoor. I didn't know who Ranbir Kapoor was. I knew his father, Rishi Kapoor. And then told me he's Rishi Kapoor's son. So when I was a young boy, Rishi Kapoor was known. She said, Prabhu, we're getting Ranbir Kapoor. I said, who is that? She said, you don't know Ranbir Kapoor? I said, no. Prabhu! And then she was so excited. Then her parents came. She said, Prabhu, she won a contest, and next Saturday evening, 6 to 9 p.m., she and her friend, they're going to go for a dinner date with Ranbir Kapoor. Some contest they had won. She was so excited. I said, oh, really? So I wanted to encourage her. I said, what are you going to talk to him? I'm going to talk this, we're going to take selfies. She had so many things to talk to him. I said, okay. And then she went for that program, I guess. And then after a few weeks, I met her. I said, how was it? It was so good, Prabhuji. 3 hours went just like this. It was so short. It was so nice to us. I was looking at her and I realized, wow, just like this girl got appointment with Ranbir Kapoor for 2 to 3 hours on one particular evening, I'm getting appointment with Krishna every day for 2 hours. The most beautiful, all attractive personality. Every day I'm getting a chance, because 16 rounds takes 2 hours approximately. I'm getting a chance to spend 2 hours every day with Krishna. What a beautiful opportunity. And I'm hurrying, I'm trying to finish the mala. Yeah, that is not fair. I saw once in temple 2 young boys chanting in front of me. They had come from outside. I think they were also kind of chanting 16 rounds every day. But somewhere they got trapped by the mind to finish. So I remember one boy telling the other, oh, chanting. Kitna mala baki hai? He's asking him. How many rounds are left? So this guy says, मेरा 4 माला बाकी है. अरे 4 बाकी है. अरे अच्छा है, मेरा 8 बाकी है. I was like, what? Somebody's put a gun on their head and forcing them to chant 8 rounds. Of course, somewhere we get as if it's a burden. This is violation of the principle of Avyagratva. Avyagratva means Krishna, I am with you, and there is no hurry. सब ठीक हो जाएगा. आपका जो भी काम है ना, सब हो जाएगा. Everything will happen. Relax. Be present now. Be here now. That is Avyagratva. And when I slowed down my life, when I slowed down my chanting, I saw everything fall in place. This is counterintuitive. We generally think that I have to do many things in a short time to achieve more. But no. If you relax, you achieve more. It's counterintuitive. I can't explain it logically. Just like we think traffic moves faster if I drive faster. No. Traffic moves faster. It's not dependent on your driving fast. It's dependent on the distance between vehicles. Similarly, you achieving a lot more in one day is not dependent on you doing a lot of things in less time. It's dependent on how you create space between your two activities. Quality of space that you create. So before coming for this program, so I was told be ready at 10:45, but I was ready at 10:30, and I kept 15-minute buffer window just to connect to myself, relax, breathe, and pray to Krishna. Krishna, I am going for this program. Let me serve these people sincerely. Just connecting to the Lord. So before every activity, I spend 15 minutes. Now when I go back, as soon as I reach my room, I'm not going to immediately jump into the next task. I'm going to take a 5-minute break, inhale, exhale, relax, offer a small prayer to Krishna. Krishna, this service which I did in the last 1 or 2 hours was for you. Please accept it. So what is happening? In a day, I may take such breaks 7 times, 8 times, depending on the number of activities I am doing. And it may appear to be eventually a burden. It may appear to be like, oh, you are spending almost 45 minutes a day wasting. I mean, you are doing nothing. If you calculate, logically it comes to 45 minutes. But actually I'll end up doing more activity than if I had not taken this break. So not rushing, being present, connecting to the holy name helps you achieve a lot more. Because you are with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Avyagratva. Okay? So there are 6, I have covered 5. The last one, Manaha Samskaranam Shaucham Maunam Mantrartha Chintanam Avyagratva Anirvedo. Anirvedo means persistence. Persistence means once you start chanting, you will sometimes feel extremely bored. You will feel कुछ मजा नहीं आ रहा है, कुछ मजा नहीं आ रहा है, नहीं करना है माला. No, it's a drag. And at that time you remember Anirvedo, which means persistence. Don't relax. Just continue doing even though you don't like it. Persistence. Unfortunately, many of us chant Hare Krishna imagining that this is a stimulant. This will not give you stimulation. This will give you satisfaction. There is a difference between stimulation and satisfaction. What is stimulation? Anybody? What is stimulation? Yeah, stimulation is a kick. Eaten Pani Puri, anybody? Anybody tasted Pani Puri? Pani Puri has that khatta, meeta, chutney. And then it's mixed with that water, and then what happens? Something happens, I call it the Pani Puri effect. There is something happens, right? That's a stimulant. Hare Krishna is not a stimulant. It gives you satisfaction, deep satisfaction, at a level beyond the senses. Hare Krishna is medicine. It is not a painkiller. We are looking for painkillers. We are looking for instant relief. So, okay, I'll ask you a question. There is this and this, 2 things in my hand. If you want stimulation, which one would stimulate you more? Huh? Which one would satisfy you more? If you are looking for stimulation, I won't recommend this. Because this is addictive. This will keep giving you dopamine. But this will give you serotonin, oxytocin. This will give you more contentment, more connection, a deeper experience. And for experiencing something deeper, you need to practice persistence. Like my mom, we were 3 brothers at home, creating a ruckus every day. My mom was a typical traditional Indian housewife. She had to cook breakfast, lunch, dinner for us 3 times a day, 3 of us plus my dad. She was not happy all the time doing it. She would express her displeasure, but somehow she didn't give it up. It's not that just because I don't like it, I won't cook. And I would tell her also sometimes. My father would actually cook many times on Sundays. But the point is, she did not give up what she knew was very important just because she never liked it. Are you getting what I'm saying? Similarly, chanting is something, sometimes I may not like it, but I don't give it up just because I don't like it. That is called Anirvedo. And in the long run, my mom is satisfied. Like now she can't cook. Her hands are, so I make video calls, I talk to her every few days. She says, I am happy, I led a complete life. I feel contentment to see my children settled. I am happy to see my children are happy. I feel I have done my best. So what I am saying is when we chant, even if we don't like, in the long run, it completely satisfies the heart. That is Anirvedo. Persistence pays. So these are the 6 rules. You don't have to follow all the 6. Okay, what are the 6? What is the first one?
Bring back the mind.
Gently pull the mind back. Second, cleanliness, which refers to external and internal. Third, integrity of speech. Fourth, meditate on the meaning of the holy name. Fifth, not hurrying the chanting. Patience. And the last,
Persistence.
We'll chant this verse once more. Manahasam skaranam shaucham
Manaha samskaranam shaucham
maunam mantrartha chintanam
Mauna mantrartha chintanam
avyagratva anirvedo
Avyagratva anirvedo
japah sampatti hetava.
Japasampatti hetavaha.
Hare Krishna. These are the 6 rules for effective meditation. Out of these 6, 4 are the rules that you can practice while chanting. 2 of the rules are part of your culture and lifestyle. Like Maunam and Shaucham is culture, it's your lifestyle. But Manah Samskaranam, Mantrartha Chintanam, Avyagratva, Anirveda, this can be practiced while chanting. Hare Krishna. Any questions, comments, doubts, corrections? Yes.
The meaning of the, how to meditate on the meaning of the Hare Krishna.
Okay, this will take a lot of time. I'll try to keep it short. This question is, what do we mean by, how do we meditate on the meaning of the holy name? So there is something called a science of sound. I have to explain this. It will take me 5. We have 10 minutes. 5 minutes. I'll try to explain. See, once you understand the science of sound, then you will know. You will be able to manipulate your mind. You will be able. So right now, the mind is using us. Just like you use your smartphone, but some people, the smartphone is using them. Similarly, some people they are using their mind to get success, but for some people, the mind is using them. But once you learn the science of sound, you will be able to use your mind. What is the science of sound? Sound is at different levels. At the grossest level, the sound, you heard me speak now, last 30 minutes. That is called in Sanskrit, in Vedas, as Vaikari. Vaikari means sound that is produced. Like I say, I am going to University of Washington. Is that what it is? I am going to, so I tell my host, I am going to the University of Washington for a class. So these few words that I spoke, I am going to the University of Washington to give a class. This is called Vaikari, which means the sound that is actually manifest, sound that is produced. Everybody is present? You can understand what I am saying? But there is sound which is not produced, but that sound is produced in the mind. That is called Madhyama. Which means, before telling my host, what did I tell him? I am going to the University of Washington to give a class. Before telling that to him, if I had spoken those words in the mind, I have got the University of Washington to give a class. And then it comes out of my mouth. So that sound which is not manifest, but is produced in the mind, which is also sound, but it is not manifest like this. That is called Madhyama. Is this clear? Now there is sound, so you got it? This sound which I spoke is gross. But the sound I did not speak, but I created that sound here. That is called what? Madhyama. Everybody is present now? Now we are going subtler, we are going deeper. There is sound more subtle than that, which is called Pashyanti. Pashyanti is, okay, what is Vaikari? Vaikari is gross sound. Madhyama is thoughts. And Pashyanti is feeling which cannot be expressed in words. So what happened? It may appear I'm showing off, I have to boast, I'm in the context, please try to understand in the context. I'm a very ordinary person, but somewhere in me there is a spirit of compassion. There is a desire to help others, there is a desire to give love. Somewhere. Maybe because of that I joined the temple 25 years ago. Maybe, I don't know, I'm just saying. Right now, so there is some energy of love, wanting to help others, wanting to give. Compassion may be there. That's very, it's not in thought form or word form, it's there, it's an energy. That manifested as a thought, I have to go to the University of Washington to give a class. And that thought manifested as a word that I spoke. And that speech translated into action, I actually came. So, are you with me so far? So this is Pashyanti Vak, which is, and there is another level of sound which is Para. We will not get into that itself. It's going to get more technical. Para Vak is the voice of the soul. The soul is different from the mind which produces sound. All that is a different subject matter. But for practical purposes, sound is at these three levels for us. Thoughts, feelings, and the words. At the outermost is the words. So when we are saying Hare Krishna, that is Vaikari. Because it's, when I say Krishna, I love you, I want to serve you, it's in the thought form, it's Madhyama. And the Pashyanti is that desire to advance spiritually or come closer to the Lord. It's very abstract. You can't put it in words. But the more we connect to the sound at the Madhyama level, more our Pashyanti Vak becomes clear. More our desires. See, Pashyanti is desires or feelings. Madhyama is thoughts. And Vaikari is the words. So meditation means first you speak the words, Hare Krishna. But as you are speaking, you dive into the meaning. And as you connect to the meaning, you enter the space of feeling. So therefore, meditation on the meaning means, if you can't really meditate on the meaning like Krishna, I want to serve you, whatever meaning, whatever thoughts are favorable, you can connect to those thoughts. That also is part of the Mantrartha Chintanam. It could be something like, Krishna, I am struggling in my job, please help me Krishna, my brother is admitted in a hospital, please help. Although that's not exactly the meaning of the mantra, but somewhere you are coming closer to the Lord by the Madhyama Vak. So many of us, when we are new in Hare Krishna, I don't know if you attended Kirtan before?
Yes.
Hare
Yes.
Krishna, that's beautiful Kirtan, and ISKCON singers are very popular. I remember the first time I was taking part in a Kirtan, the speaker was singing a melody. And I was attracted by the melody more than the holy name. Like he said, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. You were singing, and I was like, "Hai apna dil to awaara, na jaane kis pe aayega." That's a Bollywood song, old song. So as he was singing Hare Krishna, I was like, and I was enjoying it. And then after some time I got bored, and then he changed the melody, and this is a nice melody. So I was all the time in the melody space. For me, Hare Krishna Kirtans are very good because you know, I was connected to the holy name at the Vaikari level, a feel good. For me, spirituality is all about feel good spirituality. Basically, stimulation. Then as I started practicing more, I realized, no, wait, there is something wrong here. So when Hare Krishna Kirtan would go on now, I would be like, Krishna, please help me, Krishna. I'm offering prayers, so I'm entering at the Madhyama level. And I see more nourishment there. And because of connecting to the holy name at the Madhyama level, now I can't explain it in words, but when Kirtan is going on, I feel like a child has come to the mother. I feel a sense of shelter. I feel safe. When I chant Hare Krishna, I can't tell you whether I see Radha and Krishna, but I feel a sense of belonging. I feel I've reached home. So that's Pashyanti. And then that's subtler, it gets subtler where it is para, then paravak means where in that space of the soul I talk to Krishna. So that in that space, even if I condemn myself, there is joy. That is paravak. So the highest voice is paravak, voice of the soul. Lower than that is the voice of the feelings and desires, which is Pashyanti. Thank you. And below that is Madhyama. And then below that is Vaikari. That's how meditating on the meaning, that is a connection between meditating on Mantrartha. I stop here. Hare Krishna. Anything else? Anybody else? Yes.
I wanted to know why it is normal to associate these energies with sound. Because I wouldn't think the desire as a sound.
Yeah, but it's not sound. It is very, very subtle, but it is a tangible desire. Shelter, for example, shelter. It's not sound. Obviously, it's not sound like the way we are creating sound now. But somewhere it has a voice.
Okay.
It has a voice. Yeah. That's why, it's not, I'm not equating it with the sound we are creating now.
Yeah.
It's subtler. It's a feeling. Like, I'll tell you example. And I tell a boy tells his mother at home, Mom, I'm going to temple. That's obvious sound, I'm going to temple. But he gets a thought, oh, it's morning 5, I need to go to the temple. That's a thought form. But somewhere, he experiences a sense of shelter. That's not sound, but that's an energy. But to understand that energy better, we give it a name. See, it's like this kurta, this shirt you see, it's made of cotton. But can you see the cotton here? Can you see the cotton? But it's made of cotton. Cotton is gross, right? White, fluffy. You can see it's cotton. That cotton is there here, but you can't see it. Similarly, shelter, love. It's an energy, but you can't see it, but it has its basis. Like the word mother, I gave an example now. Just see, for somebody who's a tribal from an Indian village, who would ever know English, when he hears the word mother, for him it's simply sound. Letters, mother, it doesn't ring a bell. But somebody who knows a little bit of English, when he hears the word mother, oh, mother, and it is a Hindi speaking fellow, mother bola, mother matlab maa. So his mind is saying this, mother ka arth hai maa. This is what Madhyama Bhag. Now let's say somebody's mother tongue is English. and he's grown up all the time speaking English. So when he hears the word mother, immediately remembers his own mom who is at home or whatever, and he feels a gush of emotions or love flood his heart. So that also is in one sense sound. It has a shape, but because it's so fluid, it can go anywhere. We try to box it in for our understanding. Because once you're at the Parava, then there are no boundaries. Then you are simply having a free flow of spiritual exchanges with the Lord. Okay? Hare Krishna. Anybody else?
I see some refugees chanting while walking or while eating, and what do you suggest on that?
Sorry?
What do you suggest on that? Is it the right way?
You are asking, you see some people chanting while walking, cooking. Is that right, you are saying? Okay, I'll put it like this. You know, there's a boy and a girl, they're madly in love, they get married. Just giving you a scenario. So there is a lover and there is a beloved. Now, every day, they spend half an hour to 1 hour talking to each other, connecting to each other, exclusive time with each other. And they also spend time while talking to each other while cooking together, or while driving to work, or while taking dinner. That's extra time. But they also have exclusive time with each other. Imagine a couple in a relationship, the only time they spend with each other is only when they are driving or working, or they are unable to connect with each other. So when we are chanting Hare Krishna exclusively, or 4 rounds, 8 rounds, 16 rounds, it's like spending quality time with your beloved, fixed time. Then while chanting, while cooking, walking, all that is like extra time. If you are a student, you study for your exams or your academics exclusively in the library, right? 4 hours, 5 hours. But you may also read while traveling to college, or while taking bath, you may play the sound, the audio. But is that your main study? That's extra study, right? Similarly, chanting exclusively is being with Krishna. That's your meditation. That's your time with your beloved. Other things you do is extra. So my recommendation is yes, you can chant extra. Like today, coming in the car, I was talking to him and also chanting. But that was extra. That's not my main. Morning 4 to 6 I chanted. That's like the main chant. So you can do that while cooking, while driving. But that can't be your main meditation. You can't say I meditate every day while driving to work. Multitasking, that's another subject matter again. Multitasking won't help. Okay? Is that okay?
One question.
Yes.
So generally people know like meditation, like I'm just asking behalf of everybody in general. So meditation means like breathe in, breathe out, all of that. Versus like we have to chant on the name of Krishna, right? So how do we kind of associate these two, or the different or similarity?
Actually, technically, Japa is not meditation. It is a prayer. Prayer is advanced form of meditation. But if we say prayer session, people will not really attracted to come for a prayer session. Meditation is a catchy term. So I do see meditation. See what is the difference between prayer and meditation? See, when I do breathing, prana, I myself do inhale and exhale. In fact, I gave a class yesterday in the evening on the Panchakosha, the 5 layers from the Taittiriya Upanishad, and I spoke about Pranamaya Kosha, how the life force within can be balanced by breathing in and breathing out. In fact, I made the audience do breathing in and breathing out. I myself do that. Inhale, exhale. So, inhale, exhale for me is like, it removes the clutter from the head. It's like going to the washroom and you take the stuff out of your body. Right? Similarly, when you do breathing, it removes all the kachara from your head. I do 5-6 times a day. Just 2-minute break. क्लीन हो गया. अभी क्लीन होने के बाद क्या? पीस, we are not peace movement, we are love movement. When you are peaceful, then you chant Hare Krishna. Because in Hare Krishna, there is a loving exchange with the Lord. Peace is more attractive or love?
Love.
Peace is like, from -5 you come to 0, that is peace. But from 0 you go to +5, that is love. Love is a dynamic exchange with the Lord. There is a lot of emotions in love. So, Japa meditation is where you have emotional dynamic exchanges with the Lord. You experience, just like the first time you fell in love. What is love? You feel fresh, you feel life is beautiful. That's what a devotee feels every day when he's chanting Hare Krishna. Everything is wonderful, life is beautiful. That is a higher form more evolved form of meditation. Generally, when people say meditation, they're talking about Shanti, peace. So I also advocate that. I also do some Shanti. But उसके बाद क्या? Life boring हो जाता है. शांति में boring है life. But those people, those who are in love, they find peace boring. And those who are peaceful, they are hankering to be in love. Like that. But I myself advocate, like when devotees are disturbed, lot of services, mechanical lifestyle, I say, hey, stop everything. First, थोड़ा peaceful हो जाओ. The Gita, Krishna tells Arjuna, Ashantasya kutah sukham. Without being peaceful, you cannot be in love. Like, you have from -5 you have to come to 0 and then come to 5. When I was a very new devotee, I would scorn at those who would do pranayam and all that. क्या करे? माला जपा करने का, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. I used to have a champion of japa meditation so much that I would deride those who would sit and do. But now my paradigm has changed. Earlier I thought I will chant Hare Krishna to become peaceful. Now I try to become a little peaceful so that I can chant Hare Krishna. Do you see a difference here?
Yes.
There's a big difference. Earlier I thought Hare Krishna was a means for some end. Now Hare Krishna is the end. That means it's worth it. Because there is loving exchanges here. There is a dynamic relationship. A lover and beloved cannot have loving exchanges if they are constantly fighting. They need to first settle their dispute. They need to be peaceful. Then they can have loving exchange. Similarly, if the mind is constantly fighting, shouting, disturbed, you can't have a reciprocation with the Lord through chanting. You need to first
Calm down.
calm down. Huh? ऐसा है. Is that okay? Anybody else with any other questions? Yes.
This question, like, what is the difference between concentration and meditation?
Oh, technical. I am very bad in that. I use the term synonymously.
Yeah. And because I do Japa meditation, and when I do it's like concentrating on one thing, your mind becomes very still
Yes.
and relaxing. But the same, if one is not doing Japa meditation and doing just work, and in that work finding that peace, and also doing that with Krishna consciousness, is it necessary to do Japa if one is able to get the same?
Yeah, see, basically, yeah. If you are focusing on your work and you're concentrating, so you are saying, is that equal to meditation? Because I'm finding peace in that work. Yeah. So, okay, let us see it like this. So you work, let's say you work for 6 hours a day, whatever, and you're concentrating and you're doing well. So what happens? Your brain is active, right? Your brain is active, you're focused, you're getting, and you're concentrating and you feel happy also. So now what is happening at the subtle level, psychological at the brain level, there's a different science. So I'm just coming to your question, but first try to understand it's not the same. Concentrating on work is not the same as concentrating while chanting. I'm just trying to explain that point. When you're working, your brain is, although you may be in a flow state, but you are working hard, right? So when you're working, what happens? See, in the 1920s, the scientists discovered for the first time brain waves. And a lot of cells here. You guys know this better. Billions of cells here. And they are called nerve cells they're also known as neurons. Right? And they communicate with each other and they produce a lot of electricity as they are communicating. And that is measured in waves. That actually goes in, it's in a waveform and it's measured in hertz per second. It's called brain waves. All the activities happening here, it's called brain waves. So when you are concentrating, so what happened after 1930s, 1940s, they discovered different types of brain waves. Then they found out that when you are active, alert and awake, right now all of you are awake, alert, active. So right now the brain is producing what is called as beta waves, which is in 15 to 40 hertz. So when you are working also, beta waves. Very good, I am productive, I am effective, I am alert, I am awake, good. No, because research has also proven that those who are depressed, suicidal, those who are in extreme exhaustion, miserable, they also experience beta waves. Their brains are also very active. And there is a correlation. When you do a lot of work, concentrate, that produces beta waves, and beta waves has a catabolic effect on the body. It breaks your tissues. It can cause stress. It causes stress. So therefore, all medical doctors will encourage you that we also need to experience alpha wave, which is a lower frequency. 7 to 15 hertz, and the brain waves operate at that lower frequency. You know what happens? Very interesting. Alpha waves is when you are relaxed and focused. I will repeat. What did I say? And I didn't say relaxed. Generally we think you are relaxed or focused. That's what we generally think. Right? But there is a lower frequency of brain waves where you are relaxed and focused. So what happens when you do japa meditation is, remember I said the first, gently bring the mind back. That was the reason for that. Because when we chant meditation, we are not concentrating like you concentrate on your work. The mind does wander, but you gently come back. You actually enter your brain waves reduce. So many studies have proven this. And at alpha waves, when the brain is producing alpha waves, you are relaxed and your focus also improves. Your work, what you are doing in your workplace, becomes better. Externally it may appear that both are same. You are concentrating on work, you are concentrating on japa. They are not same because japa meditation improves your work, but your work concentration doesn't improve your japa. That exhausts you, that breaks you. This is relaxing if you do it the right way. So in that context, concentration is different from meditation. And there are lower frequency also. In fact, if it persists with meditation, then the brain waves will go even lower to theta waves, which is 4 to 7 hertz. Now, when your brain waves reduce to theta waves, you will find a general sense of peace and well-being. And at night, when you sleep, if you chant the proper way, your rest will be complete. With less sleep, also you would feel complete rest. I'll give an example. How many of you have experienced lucid dreams? You know what is a lucid dream? Lucid dream is when you are dreaming, but you are aware that you are dreaming, and you can even change the script of the dream. And that's when your body is completely at rest, but your mind is functioning, active. So body has got complete rest. That's when your brain waves are at theta waves, at lower frequency. And then there is even lower frequency delta waves when you get spiritual realizations. spiritual awakening happens. So when you meditate for long hours, when you like sometimes we chant 64 rounds, which is like 8 hours of just chanting. But if you do it the right way, in a relaxed way, without trying to control the mind, we don't want to control the mind, we just want to connect with the holy name. Then what happens is you experience brain waves at a lower frequency, which leads to spiritual awakening and spiritual realizations also. Therefore, I will never equate concentrating japa with concentrating in work. Because here we are not really trying to control the mind. Here we practice awareness and acceptance. My mind is wandering, it's okay. Come back. But you can't be working and looking out of the window and saying, "Theek hai, mind wander ho raha hai." वहाँ पे there's a struggle. You are actually struggling to focus, and then it's different. It's not the same. And also, there's a very big difference in terms of your aspiration. Here we are trying to have a relationship with the Lord. There, I'm not sure what is the aspiration. Here it is a dynamic emotional exchange happening in Japa. So I won't equate the two. Hare Krishna. Should we stop here, or is there anything else anybody wants to say?
Okay, one last question.
One last question.
Should I prioritize Mangal Harati or instead of chanting? And also whether I need to attend some kirtans or doing seva, which need to be prioritized in a day. And also apart from that, we are working, right? How we need to prioritize this.
Yeah.
And also, I should not be in a hurry to chant, right, as per the fourth rule you mentioned. How to achieve all these kind of goals?
Yeah.
Should I need to give up something in my life to do all these things? Sorry, it's a lot.
No, it's a very, very important question. I'm grateful to you for having the humility and sincerity to express it. It requires to be vulnerable and authentic. I really appreciate you asking this. This is a common challenge everyone who is new in Hare Krishna goes through. Because Hare Krishna can be overwhelming. So I would answer your question like this. There is moral dilemma and there is ethical dilemma. Moral dilemma is you have a choice you have to make between bad and good. Should I drink liquor now? Should I drink liquor and take drugs now? Or should I chant Hare Krishna? This is a moral dilemma. So what would you think would be my answer? Chant Hare Krishna. Bad and good, choose good. That is moral dilemma. Ethical dilemma is when you have two good choices and you have to choose one. I would say follow your heart. Moral dilemma, follow your head. Discrimination. Do the right thing. That means in moral dilemma there is a struggle. In ethical dilemma there is surrender. Follow your heart. Look for an experience. What helps you feel connected to the Lord? Mangalarati, Japa, Seva. Don't make a system out of it. One day it may be Japa, one day it may be. But you need some discipline to get the result. That's why in ISKCON we have discipline for Japa. 2 rounds minimum every day, or 4 or 6 or 8 or 16. Keep one activity as a fixed meditation. The rest everything follow your heart. Because then you will experience the Lord. When you experience the Lord, you will be inspired to go on a journey. You already have obligations and duties in your material life, your job, your studies, your work, your family. And you come to Hare Krishna and here also we impose obligations and duties on you. You will go crazy. In your non-spiritual life, obligations and duty is more than experience, right? I mean, if you are honest, you will admit that in material life, experience is less and obligations and duties are more. And that's why many people come to spiritual life. Because they want more experience. But when they come here and they see यहाँ पे भी obligation and duty ज़्यादा है, so you know what happens? Duty in material life is more than experience, and in spiritual life also you start experiencing duty more than experience. Then what do? Then you will go into Netflix, you will binge watch, you will go crazy because you are not getting experience anywhere. So I would suggest material life, let's not be in denial. There is more of duty and obligation than experience. In spiritual life, focus more on the experience rather than duties. And burden. Don't put so much of burden on your head. Follow your heart. It's your relationship with the Lord. You know, two lovers, they like to meet in a park. There are two lovers who like to meet in the library. There are two lovers who like to meet in a shopping mall. No point arguing which is the best place to meet. The point is, where do you connect to your beloved the best? So I may connect to the Lord through Japa meditation more. You may connect to the Lord, actually, no, to be very honest, I do this as duty. But I connect to the Lord best through journaling. In fact, I've done a 6-hour workshop on journaling last month. I taught 13 different types of journal. So journaling is me. So even today morning, 2 hours I wrote journal first. Then I chanted my rounds. So for me, journaling is my place where I meet my Lord. I meet the Lord here also. For you, it could be making garlands for the Lord. I don't know. Where you emotionally connect to the Lord the best? For somebody, it is singing prayers. So you look for that connection with the Lord. But because your mind can cheat you, we are telling you chant every day minimum few rounds. Otherwise, the mind is very tricky. Mind तो एक बहुत जबरदस्त phenomenon है. So mind will tell you, okay, you can feel God's love by just standing like this. So mind can go crazy. Mind can, your delusional things, in the way mind can cheat you is phenomenal. So therefore, Srila Prabhupada was a genius. He said minimum chant a few rounds on Japa so that your mind is on track, and then follow your heart. Is that okay? Have I answered your question?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Be happy. Bhagavad Gita says, 9th chapter, Krishna says, spiritual life is susukham kartum avyayam. It has to be performed with a grateful heart, a happy heart. Not like, ये करना है, मंगलारती भी जाना है, जपा भी करना है, क्या करना है? That's a pattern, that's a habit which is coming from your material life. Because from childhood you've been forced to be doing obligations, performing duties, tough life, not happy. Learning, we have been brainwashed, we are actually habituated to be miserable. There are people who seek happiness in being miserable. Sometimes they are peaceful and they suddenly become disturbed. How can I be peaceful now? I have to be agitated. I've seen people, actually chanting makes you peaceful. Sattvagun mein aate hain, shant. And one day I was very peaceful, relaxed. I remember I caught my mind said, how can I be peaceful? Jump, do something. No, you don't have to do anything. It's okay. But we are so much in Rajoguna, we don't know what is peace. तो आप थोड़ा शांति से करो भक्ति, जहाँ पे दिल लगे करो. Experience the Lord. That is more important than getting in all the rituals and obligations and okay, I tick the boxes. I did this today. I chanted. I went for Mangalarti. Relax. प्यार करो भगवान से. Is that okay? Or okay?
Perfect.
Thank you very much for giving me a chance to serve you today. I hope and pray I can meet you again one day.